This is a smart doorbell. Okay, so smart doorbells are becoming a little bit of a thing, and whilst Ring seems to be the very popular one, this is an alternative that costs around £80. It's a smart doorbell from DophiGo. DophiGo? We'll go with that. It looks a bit like dolphin, but it's missing an L. Yeah, okay. So these guys make this doorbell, and it works with the Amazon Smart Assistant, amongst others, they say in the description. So I'm imagining Siri might work as well. Can't confirm that, but it says down here that the Video Doorbell CHIME 960 HP HD video real-time two-way talk Wi-Fi enabled smart video camera enabled, I suppose that is, wireless doorbell, night vision, free cloud storage, smart app, remote control for Android, iOS, and a big code there at the very end, jammed on there at the bottom. So we have a product code there. We have a battery that is 1 star. That's not 18,650 lithium ion. I don't know what size the battery is, but hopefully we'll be able to tell that as we're pouring on through the box. Okay, so there's not much to the box. It's a very simple box, nice clean design, and we have the doorbell on the top. It's quite substantial. We'll come back to that. Oh, right. We have what looks to be a cutout for the doorbell, so that you can attach it to the surface. Obviously, not every door is drillable. I have a PVC door, so I'm looking for some way of attaching this to a PVC without having to put holes in it. This might be it, but there also appears to be some kind of cutout around here, so that maybe you could work out exactly where to drill. We'll come back to that. We have a USB to micro USB cable, nicely packaged, very nicely packaged. That's quite cute looking, really, to be honest. We are given some screws with some wall plugs, a sticker, please ring doorbell, with a squirrel or some sort of character there, and finally a user manual that takes us around the device. So, putting that all aside and taking the doorbell out itself, it is quite big. There it is next to a Samsung Galaxy S8. So it's quite chunky, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It means people are going to see it and they might actually use it. So we have the lens here. There's a protective bit of plastic over it, and a little, oh well, I suppose that's the black bit. There's an actual lens in here that does have a little bit of protective plastic over it. That might be a microphone for you to shout at. There's a button here for you to obviously ring. If anyone has trouble with that, I don't think we should be talking to them very much. There's bit of a mark at the bottom there. Don't know if you can see it under the studio lights. It's just about there on the plastic. A speaker at the bottom, and some other hole there that might be, maybe that's an LED and that's the microphone, who knows. Up and around there isn't too much, and then on the back we have open that way and some holes. So we'll take their advice, open that way. And this is the plate that you mount on the wall or the front of your door or to the side or whatever. So you don't really need anything to know exactly where to drill the hole or to put the holes. You just stick a pencil through each of those and then drill it in, put that up, and then this slides on and off. and you can take it away and charge it. So hopefully this QR code doesn't mean that you get to view the innards of my house or the outside of my house. We have a door with a fairly large battery. We pull this, oh well, there's the, doesn't give us an indication of what the battery is, does it? In the event that you buy one of these and need to have trouble, or you need to replace it or lose the battery or something, that's what it says under the blue, so that might be useful to someone somewhere someday. If so, let me know in the show notes down below. And you're very welcome. Right, so obviously we put the battery back in.
Welcome to using DophiGo Smart Doorbell. Waiting for connection.
Okay, and that happened. And we've got a flashy light on the front. And we've brought up the application here, so it's got 3.5 after 8 reviews, 3.5 stars after 8 reviews. It's had 500 downloads. There is a large amount of non-English text there. Unable to connect via Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi shows, okay, so some people are having poor experiences with the app. After figuring out what I was doing wrong, everything fell into place. Okay, so we're going to have some problems, I would imagine. I'm going to install that and see what happens. What I will do is actually, while it's in my head, because I'll probably forget, is take that little bit of plastic off the lens, because it'll make a difference. And that's me being quite positive about actually getting this to work by taking those off. Okay, so it's giving us some warm tips, and we're going to have to set up a new user registration. We're in the UK, so that's quite good. We'll stick in an email address. And we're waiting for verification to arrive. This is all the very me-esque. Okay, and it asked us to set up a username and password, and that's about it. So we're going to add a device. And this is, which one is this? I'm guessing it's the Smart Doorbell DV2 because it looks like it. Obviously these are other ones that are available. I haven't seen the DV4 yet. It looks quite sleek and sexy. They also do a smart camera as well and a smoke sensor. Choose the Wi-Fi we want to connect to. We're going to go with that.
Welcome to using DophiGo Smart Doorbell. Waiting for connection.
Okay, and it's asking for if the blue light is flashing. It had timed out by the time I got all this done after removing the tag, but we're back to blue light flashing. It's found it, add it, device is connecting. 56 seconds to wait.
Connection succeeded.
Okay. Message can be received in group. Device can be shared with friends and family. So we can create group. I'm going to call this Doorbell. I'm going to try and spell doorbell. D-O-O-R. There we go. Okay, we're going to confirm that. Device added successfully. Have a nice experience. Got it. Okay. The battery is about to die. And we're going to have a go at this.
Please wait.
Smart Doorbell. Answer. Ah, I can see me.
Please wait.
Right, so we've muted that. Initial lag was there, but it seems to have gone. The video quality is okay. There's a little bit of delay. maybe of a couple of seconds. If we turn it that way, we still have a 4:5 image, but there's an HD button down there. SD doesn't seem to do too much to the quality, and LD, low definition, I'm guessing. Yes. Okay, so we have the date and time up in the top corner there. If you can just about make that out. I'm going to change it back up to HD. I don't really notice too much of a difference. I'm going to turn the volume off as well because it's a wee bit annoying hearing myself talk as I put this around. We'll turn it around to film ash there, so it's something you can look at. It's a wee bit more picturesque. We've got the date and time, the 12th or the 9th of the 12th, 2018. The time is wrong, but the date is correct. No, it's not. Today's the 8th of December. Okay, so we have to do something about the time and date. It hasn't automatically gone and grabbed it, although it may be reading us as being in the wrong zone or something like that. Who knows? The picture quality isn't bad, I suppose. It's not great either. There is quite a bit of blurry lag, an awful lot of pixelation. But what
Call ended.
We've ended the call. We're going to have a quick check and see if there's any firmware updates or anything like that, or what we can do with it. I'm also going to put it on charge. So before I do, I'm just noticing actually there's a reset button as well there. So if you do get some kind of loop or whatever going on that you're stuck in, that's what you do. Okay, that's turned purple and red as it's charging. And we'll have a quick play with the app and see what else we have. Okay, so we've got the Smart Doorbell there. We can obviously add more devices to it. We have a history of stuff that has happened. Someone ring the doorbell. There's a picture of whoever it was. That is calling my email address right now, and the call has ended after 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Footprint. Records of visiting, where it's recorded that. And we can watch back the video that I put together. Actually seems to be a bit short, actually. It's 10 seconds. So it hasn't recorded the whole thing. Whenever I turned it around to ash, obviously, is not there. And then we can... Can we turn around? Oh, we can do different... We can do different tunes, of which there are quite a few. The Nutcracker and Castle in the Sky. Okay, so there are a few. It'll be interesting to see which is which. Right, okay, and we can get a wee preview of what it sounds like whenever we play it. Congratulations to you. And we'll keep it on Jingle Bells because that is really tacky and I quite like it. So whenever that rings, I'm guessing it comes out of the speaker. I can't remember now, but also it'll come through on your phone. Alarm settings. So we have a low battery alarm, so when we need to charge it, which is quite handy. And I think whilst you can pull it off the door and bring it in and charge it that way, you can also charge it from a backup battery, which might be quite a useful thing. We have time settings, so we can edit our time zone. We'll go for, well, we're on Greenwich Mean Time, but it was showing the wrong time. Don't know where it was pulling it from. And then change Wi-Fi. Device information, product number, firmware. There's no way to check if there is a new firmware. Device power is currently on 30%. So there is a decent amount of stuff that you can do there. We can amend the group, so I can add people to it. Click to view the QR code. and that'll allow other people to see it. The doorbell has 2 members. Already that's a bit concerning. Who's the second member, given that I've just set this up? And you can scan a QR code there, so if a loved one were to install the application, they can scan all the information and then have access. That would be particularly useful if you have an elderly relative or something that you're concerned about who is calling at the door. Third-party access, this is the bit that I'm most excited about. We have Alexa, but we don't have Google right now. If I hit refresh, no, it doesn't seem to be a Google. That's a bit of a pain. Official Facebook page, help and feedback, and my files. So we can download the recorded video file. I'm wondering if it's just that 10-second one. I guess that is a pretty good security concern. You don't want to have the whole thing recorded, but you would know who had called. And limiting to 10 seconds, that's probably a nice amount of time for you to know, especially if you're on the go. If your wife or something was to answer the door to the postman or the milkman and they're having an affair, you don't need to have the entire transcript there, which would be useful for an upcoming court case, but at the same time it probably would be construed as spying. So a 10-second piece would give you just enough idea to to be suspicious. I'm a wee bit annoyed about the third-party access. I'm hoping that Google will appear here fairly soon, and I'm going to email them tonight and say, when is Google going to appear here, because I want to use this with my home hub, by which case you'll be able to prompt it to say who is at the door, and the video should stream through to your Google Home and you'll be able to interact with them. You can see them, but they can't see you, and hopefully you'll be able to send responses like, go away.
Please wait.
So you can do a voice answer as well. Please answer with the handset. Ah! I'm sorry, we're not home at the moment.
Call ended.
So that was not streaming video there, which was kind of a...
Please wait.
And if hang up... Now if you
Please
hang...
wait. Please wait. Please press and hold call button. Leave a message after the beep.
Oh, that's quite interesting. Okay, so I hung up there and did not bother to
Call end.
answer this, which I'll try and do that again.
Please wait. Please wait. Please wait. Please press and hold call button. Leave a message after the beep.
I'm here for some good lovin'. Right, okay, so we did that. That should hopefully send a message. Or not.
Message has been recorded.
Right, now we have a notification here. To receive calling from Video Doorbell, please do not stop the application. I'm here for some good lovin'. Right, so it recorded 24 seconds I did let go of the button.
Right. Okay. So we did that. That should hopefully send a message. Or not.
Okay, well, to be honest, right, okay, so it's £70. The video isn't the best, but it's not bad. The audio isn't the best, but it's not bad. It's doable. It's a doorbell. We're not going to be filming a new Avatar sequel on this, but it works and it's functional. And whenever you actually boil it all down to the functionality that we're witnessing here on the phone, that's really good for £70. For it to have high definition video and high definition sound, you would obviously go and pay the larger amount. But for someone who's just looking for the functionality of having a smart doorbell that's going to give you a little bit of increased security and privacy, that works. That's really quite good. £70 is still quite expensive, and I imagine there's going to be a lower end model coming in and other manufacturers trying to do this on a budget that you'll be able to see given away free with a bunch of petrol or whatever, or sold through one of the Poundland type shops. But right now, this is a really good option, and I'm really impressed with this. I'm going to go and install it on my front door, see how long it lasts. I'm wondering about this, and this. I don't like the idea of sticking it to the PVC, but I guess I'll have to in order to be able to use it. That is more a problem with my front door than most other people. I don't think too many people are going to want to drill in a at the drop of a hat like this, especially whenever you know it's something fairly cheap. The interface, the software there, the app, has a real flavour of Xiaomi's Mi Suite all over it with the cameras and things like that they have. If you had any experience with those, with that suite, this is what it's like. I'm just noticing, new version here. A new version app has improved user experience, push notifications, please update and check it out. New version of the app. I've installed the latest one, I thought. Alright, well, we'll ignore that for the time being because, well, it comes from the App Store, so it should be up to date most of the time. I'm going to go and stick this to the front door and start playing with it. So if you have any questions or anything you want me to look at in particular, let me know. Hit that subscribe button, give us a wee thumbs up if you fancy, and other than that, take care.